Hello, Angel. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me on this live, and welcome to all the new people to the group. Welcome. I am in my office in Cuffley, so those of you who are in England, make sure you book your 1 hour session with me so we can discuss and see how I can help you. So for those of you who are in England, make sure you make use of coming to my office and spending some time with me. I am today talking about the different types of women. We're going to talk about the 4 different types of women every day from today till Friday. I'm going to be breaking down the different types of personalities, type of brands of women that are out here on these relationship and dating streets. And I'm going to be showing you the pros and the cons and what these personality types are beginning to represent to us within the context of relationships and dating. And I'm sure that you will identify with one of these personality types. I don't want to go through all of them in one go, but I want you to begin to start your journey of self-awareness from this place, because self-awareness is more important. There is no one more important and worth knowing more than yourself. And the minute you know yourself really well in and out, the moment you know how you breathe and how you experience life, you're then better able to make the right decisions, and you're better able to inform the people that you allow into your life and give them an understanding of who you are, and the relationships are more and more likely to prosper and succeed. So before I go any further, you know that we are coming to the end of the special enrollment time. Okay, so the Soulmate Attraction course is still available at the reduced price of $497 as opposed to $1,997. And as you know, the price is for people who will be giving feedback and giving testimonials, and people who are prepared to step forward and give a testimonial. After the 1st of September, there will be a second enrollment, but the price will go up by £250. So if you want to make sure that you get yourself on this course is for any woman who wants to stop the roller coaster, the up and down, the merry-go-round of the dating world. You want to understand why you cannot attract good men. You want to understand why when you attract good men, you cannot keep them in your life. You want to understand why it is so difficult it's easy for you to get into a relationship, but it's very difficult for that relation to go to the next level. You've been in a relationship forever and you're still in that same place, and anytime you bring up commitment, it becomes a problem. You are married and your relationship is starting to feel like it's unsteady and unhealthy. You're wondering if you should be in this relationship. You're wondering if you should start afresh. You are just out of a divorce. You're going through the journey of a divorce, and you want to reset yourself and get your life back. This course is going to align you internally. It's going to open the bonnet of the car, and we're going to begin to look at what is it that is causing this car not to move, or to move slowly, or to make that horrible sound that it's making. And that is your love life. That is your relationship life. Okay, so I urge you to not delay. Well done to those of you who've already registered. Well done for those of you who've shown interest. I'm really excited because on this course, I'm going to be introducing you to new coaches that are going to be working for Chengi's World, and trainee coaches. For those of you who would like to one day become a coach, this course is pivotal and essential for you to do. And remember, if you don't grab the special price right now, this minute, you will be paying quite a premium for the rest of it, for it in the next enrollment. So make sure, if you are dilly-dallying and unsure, make sure you enroll for the Soulmate Attraction System course. If the cost is an issue, send me a DM. We may be able to arrange a payment method within the time that we have, especially if you've been a follower of mine for a long time. I want to make sure that as many of you get to be on this course, because I want us to begin to do the work that brings the results that we're after. Okay, so that said, let us go on and talk about the certain types of women. So if I was to say to you, prostitute, lady, dancer, all of these nouns would create in your mind connotations of what you think those things are. And there was a time when, these words were words that we associated in and around women. She's a bit of a slut, she's a bit of a whatever. But we have a new phenomenon called the boss girl. The boss girl mentality, the boss girl personality has emerged. And the boss girl is the woman who basically, she does it all. Okay, she's Superwoman. She runs her own business. She has a strong side hustle. She got her money. She maintains herself. She knows how to get it done. She's on top of her game. She needs nothing and she needs nobody because she's got this. Hello. Now I have to say that was the woman that I loved for forever. You're gonna have to forgive me because it is hot in this office. I've just come in and my fan is not here and the air conditioning there is none. They really need to sort that out. So basically the boss girl is the woman that a lot of women are now gravitating into as women are becoming more empowered and as the world is opening up to the value that women bring into the workplace, the value that women bring into politics, the value that women bring onto the stage, the value that women bring in sales. Now that the doors are open, we have now opened up the door for the boss girl, the Superwoman, the one that's got it all, the one that wins everything. And that has created a wonderful space for women to rise up and become great and to do things that they've always wanted to do and follow their dreams. I am a champion of following your dreams. I believe, and part of the course, the Soulmate Attraction System course, will make it essential for you to really be in touch with your purpose and the things that you're supposed to be doing with your life, right? So that established, the problem with the boss girl mindset is that it is super masculine. It is a very masculine energy that causes women to take over and to feel like they don't need somebody. Now, I want to say this to you because I know that this is something that is out there in the atmosphere within the dating and relationship world, that we don't need anybody. I want to say to you that you do. I want to say to you that God created every purpose to be accomplished by two people. When Jesus sent out the disciples, he sent them out 2 by 2. There's a reason that a purpose, any purpose that you've been sent to the earth with, any assignment that you have on the earth cannot be fulfilled with you just alone. It's not possible. Your purpose has to be fulfilled by another person or persons. Your purpose and that which you will accomplish as a human being needs somebody to help you. And if you've read my book, Position For, I go into that because I talk to you about, Esther and her having a purpose mate. Some of us are not where we should be in life because we haven't got our purpose mate. We haven't met our soulmate. There is a level you can get to, but there is a level where you cannot go beyond until you have help. And what the boss girl mentality does, it is the heights of feminism. It's the heights of we don't need men, we can do it all by ourselves. We don't need men, but I tell you what, if we didn't need men, then they would not have been created. Everything that has been created and everything that is, we have a need for it. We have the need for the mindset and the perspective and the strength and the support that having a man in your life can bring. Even if you can sustain yourself financially, it doesn't mean that that is what makes you a whole human being and a whole woman. Just because I can run my own business and pay my own bills and take care of my own kids and do things for myself, it doesn't mean that I'm experiencing the life as a woman that I need to be experiencing, because it's missing a dimension called man. It's increasing, you know, this dimension of, you know, I need a man to not to fulfill me, but to support me, not to make me whole, but to work this assignment with me. And until we lower our defenses, until you, Miss Boss Girl, lower your defenses and realize that even though you're operating in your head at maximum capacity, you haven't even begun to scratch the surface until you meet your purpose mate. Now, I talk about in my book the fact that the marriage is not for everybody. I talk about that in my book, and I go into that in my book, that marriage is not for everybody. And I go into the parameters of those people that are not meant for marriage. They are in the book. So if you haven't read it, go and read it. For the majority of us, we were made to be with the male. The female and the male, when they come together, create a whole energy. They create, when a woman is fully herself and a man is fully 100% himself, and they come together, they create repercussions and waves and rifts in the atmosphere that literally change the landscape. Now, Miss Boss Girl, well, because she operates in so much masculine energy, will find it very hard to make room and accommodate a man in her life. The role of the boss girl, in order for you to be strong, in order for you to truly penetrate, in order for you to get to where you're gonna get, you need to embrace the idea that being single and happy is amazing, but it's not the whole story. And the reason I do what I do is to make women understand that wholeness is important, but it is important that we would attract somebody who is whole, so that when a whole person comes into our whole reality, then we together create a powerful force towards fulfilling our purpose. Our purpose is the thing that we were sent to the earth to be an answer to. So there is a question and there is a problem on the face of this earth. There is a problem, and you were the solution that was sent to deal with that problem. And that problem was time sensitive and specific to a time and a state and a generation of people. When Esther was born, she was born as a baby, but the problem did not manifest until she was of age. So she was sent in advance of the problem, and that was to preserve, her people from genocide. Same thing with Xerxes. He was sent early before the problem emerged. You are at a point in your life where it is time for you to answer and be the answer to the problem, for you to fulfill your purpose. You are the answer to a problem that is on the earth. I am the answer to relationship issues, because God knew that in the 21st century there was going to be an issue with relationships, and that relationships were going to be off center. They were going to be built on wrong foundations. So when he brought me to the earth, he sent me for such a time as this in order to fulfill this purpose. In order for me to fulfill this purpose at full volume, then I have to be conscious of the fact that I need a purpose mate. I need somebody who will come alongside me and help me fulfill my purpose. Now, that is something that as we begin to grow in that awareness, we begin to realize that we don't have to be strong, capable of doing everything all the time. It's okay for us to not have it all together. It's okay for us to need help, and it's okay for us to need a man. It's okay, because they're there for a reason. They're physically stronger than us for a reason, that they can lift and carry some extra weight. They're there to protect us, because then we are able to bring about the fluidity and the beauty that we are supposed to bring into the equation. We bring something, they bring the other. And so if you're sitting in your home thinking, you know, I got this, there's nothing I need, I don't need no man, I'm all good, I want you to realize that needing a man and having room for a man in your life doesn't make you less of a woman. It makes you a woman that is wise, makes you a woman that understands her purpose, okay? So we need to get out of this superwoman, boss girl, I can do it all by myself, sisters doing it for themselves, we don't need them mindset that has permeated, because that is sending out signals in from your frequency, from your soul to the men that you are meeting, and that signal is a signal that causes men to reject you. So some of the things that we entertain here. Now, does that mean that we can't be superwoman? Does that mean that we don't have to rise up and get things done? Of course we do, you know, but living in that energy is the issue. Being a woman that is aware and conscious fully from head to toe that you don't need nobody is something that if you take that out into the world will just simply begin to create for you a lot of pain and a lot of difficulty in your situation. So what I'm asking for is for you to, thank you, Rochelle. So I'm asking for you to be open-minded and open-hearted. Yes, well done, congratulations. You've been able to achieve so much. I'm so proud of you. Be proud of yourself and continue to press on with your purpose. But don't take out of the equation the role of a man in your life, because sometimes we take everything to the extreme. We take this being single to the extreme where we no longer are in that position where we are open to somebody, to a man coming into our lives. It's not a weakness to say I need a man. It's not a weakness to say that there's room for a man in my life. There's room for improvement. There's room for me to grow in a different way, in a different dimension when a man comes into my life. And we have now created a system and a structure within ourselves, and some of us amongst women, those of us who carry that boss energy, where men are to be, you know, they're over there and we're not interested and we're not doing that. And so we're investing our time, our effort, and our money in the things that only fortify that mindset. And I was reading something, I think it was on my phone the other day, and it was the lady who wrote the script for Sex and the City. And she said that she chose a career over a family, and she regrets choosing a career over a family. Now, when she was choosing that career, she was probably, you know, hard and had everything going for her. And in that moment, it just seemed to be like the best thing ever. You know, you might be in that situation right now where your career is going well, you can get yourself whatever you want, your life is popping, and you would like a man, but you don't feel you need one. And she got to a point where she now realizes that when all is said and done, the books are written and the films are done, and you have a penthouse and you live in this amazing place, she said now she knows that she is truly alone. I want to say something to you ladies. I don't want to lie to you, because I know sometimes as coaches we can, you know, and people who are leaders, because we don't always have the solution for everyone all the time about everything. Sometimes we propagate certain mindsets, but they don't necessarily serve the people that we're serving. They serve us and that which we're trying to bring into the world. So if I can't help you find love, if I can't help you truly attract your soulmate and your purpose mate, then I will tell you not to need it. I'll tell you that you don't even need it, right? Focus on other things. Focus on this and focus on that, because you don't need it. You know, I was sort of reflecting the other day, because there are, you know, pastors and leaders in the religious world. Some can move mountains. Some can prophesy and tell you your mama's name, your grandmama's name, and they can go into all of your history and all your details. And the reason they do that is for God to show you that he knows your name and he knows you more intimately than you think he does. And some cannot. And the ones that cannot are so intimidated by those that can, that they start telling people, oh, you don't need somebody to know your name. Do you not know your name already? It's like, well, listen, you don't know how to do that. You don't have that gift, so it's easy for you to criticize. Now, it's the same thing when we don't know how to create these realities for people as coaches and for people. We tell them, you don't need it. You don't need any of that. You just need to. But actually, the human experience was that there would be a man and there would be a woman, and that together they would create and form a purpose and fulfill destiny. You know, they were that together with both energies in tune, and together they would be an answer to a problem that pre-exists upon the face of this earth. That was the mandate. So I'm saying to you that if your heart has resigned because you've been hurt, because you've been disappointed, because you've been let down, and you haven't actually sought the solution for why you haven't sought, why did I get let down? Why did I create that pattern? Why did that pattern follow me? If you've decided to be a victim, if you've decided that, you know what, it just doesn't work for me and I'm just not going to have anything to do with men, every time I try I'm disappointed, you just need to be trained. You just need to understand so many things, that when you have those things in your arsenal, the moment you have, you know, the knowledge and understanding of what relationships are, how they work, how do men think, what is the biochemistry, what is going on in the mind and the heart, and what is this spectrum, this thing that you were never taught about. You were never taught about relationships. You were taught about everything else, but not relationships. So you came, it's like you turning up to the city to be a banker, but you've never studied money or business or ever been, and you're still expected to somehow bring profits and win and know how to write reports. That's what we're like in relationships. We don't train our children. We don't go through any training at all for ourselves to be good at relationships, to make good choices at relationships, but we still expect ourselves and other people to be good at it. And of course you're going to fail. Of course you're going to get some losses and some serious losses because you don't understand. So what do? Equip yourself, get yourself ready, get your mindset ready. And that's why I've created the Soulmate Attraction System course for you. And link will be in the description, in the comment section, for you to learn, to grow, and to make room for your purpose mate. So that's the kind of woman. If you're that kind of woman, leave a comment below and tell me all about that energy and how you are transforming it to become more whole. In the meantime, I will see you tomorrow when we discuss the other woman. In the meantime, take care of you. Love you lots.